Hey there guys, and welcome back once again to another episode of Banjo-Kazooie on the Nintendo Tales.
Yes.
So, we didn't mention in the last one that, because we had recorded them, like, before we had everything perfectly set up, but Hadouken Thrower, our buddy, or Artistry Quest on Twitter, has...
Or Childukin.
Or like many of the other names that we've known him by over the years, because he likes to switch his username just like I do. Anyway,
I don't.
To
switch mine.
Yeah, she's been Yumi for years, but I mean, us boys, we've always been changing. This dude is one of the best artists ever. He made the sidebars, he made our banner art, our icon, everything. It's all amazing. Go check him out.
Yes.
Ask him, pay him hundreds of dollars
because he's doing commissions.
Yeah, you need to okay. That's enough of a plug there. We gave you a giant plug, so. Thank you. Thank
We're
you so
done.
much.
Let's go.
This is Mumbo S Mountain.
There are wolves in this world. Find my molehills, and I'll explain.
Bottles is so like soft-spoken when you do it.
Well, I've always pictured he probably kind of was.
He probably kind of was. That's a Jinjo. That's a Mumbo token. This is not. Oh, me Mumbo's token used for Mumbo's magic. So I like that guy. Yippee! Save me! Tilda's imprisoned 5 of us Jinjos on each world. Free us all to get a Jiggy.
Not in.
On.
Yeah.
That was always kind of weird to me. I don't know why they said on each world.
Because they're like on it.
They're like on the world. I mean, we are on the world. Rather than and sneak around. That troll is like pulling the rug around. When the water goes up here, you can. There's gonna be so much to explain. When you hop into Banjo-Kazooie worlds, everything it's just overwhelming. I'm gonna try to. I forget. Oh yeah, be a swim.
A note, 1 of 100 on each word. Collect us to open the note doors.
Amazing.
Thank you.
That was an improv tune there. The notes over here is what I want. I just forgot how to swim there for a little bit. I'm gonna try to speed run this as much as I can because I don't want to spend forever in the easiest level of the game. There are definitely gonna be other levels that stump us.
Yeah.
Have no doubt.
Even more than what has stumps in it. At the end, maybe.
That's it. Yumi's kicked out of this series, you guys. Me from now on. Anyway, so there's just so many things, so many ways to do these worlds. One thing I wanted to mention.
There's a bowl over there. Is that what you wanted to
No,
do? Okay.
actually. I'm pretty sure everybody saw that, actually. You can only tire this bull out, and he will still hurt you when he's down. You can never really defeat the bull.
He'll get back up. He's blue to the tip of his horns.
Stop. Okay. Listen, Yumi is going to be making many references that make me laugh, and nobody will know why. It's because as we mentioned in the last episode, I wrote a fan fiction about this game. And I said lots of weird things in it. Like, there was a bull that was blue to the tip of his horns, which does not make any sense.
Charging for no reason.
Yeah. I didn't like to explain things much. I was just like, you guys have played the game, Anyway, she's gonna be doing that a lot, and I'll burst out laughing probably and hide my face in shame. I wrote it when I was like 10, so.
But you being an 11-year-old, pretty fast reflexes.
I'd also leave words out what she's referencing right now. Bottles teaches you moves and all that, so you need to get on his molehill and press B.
The talon drop will let Kazooie tackle steep slopes with ease.
That sounds useful. How does she do it?
Hold Z, then press the left C button. Continue to hold Z while moving Kazooie around with the control stick. Go practice.
Okay.
I like
so
how
we
the
got
buttons
this.
are actually what buttons there are now, because we're playing this on the 64.
It's not a port. I don't think the Xbox port, really...
I think they changed the buttons, though.
Yeah,
I wish Nintendo did that.
No, it's eggs.
Or the eggs, because we can learn to use us as ammo.
And that's the last line the eggs ever have.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. Goodbye, eggs.
Bye, eggs.
So pretty much anybody who's watched speedruns of Banjo-Kazooie is probably sick of the sound of the talent trot.
Yeah, because that's the fastest way to do
Yeah,
things.
so entire speedruns are always done in talent trot. That's another Jinjo. So you'll notice we're getting things here really fast. Here's another Mumbo token, which we'll need to be collecting those.
We always called them Ikum-Bokums, like how they said.
Because we were strange children.
Search for 10 of us in each world while we progress through the witch's lair.
Applaud for Yumi, just because she's thinking these things up on the spot, and they're not planned.
When you're ready to leave this world, return to the start area and stand on the exit pad.
And you'll die!
Bottles, no! No!
No, it's okay, Bottles. It's okay. We're not ready to leave this world. That was kind of weird. Okay, that was not necessary, Termite. Did it always used to bother you as a kid when they like burst into a
they
million
did.
pieces?
I mean, why?
He must have lost his eyeball there.
I mean, granted, he respawns a little bit later, but what?
If
I'm
give your grandma a heart.
If I'm really quiet, he won't see me when I'm at the top of the hill coming towards him downhill.
Trolls are the easiest enemy in this game because you haven't
I think
guessed.
they're called grumplings or no.
No, they're not.
I call this the beatbusters. Jump into the air, then proceed to send Kazooie slamming hard down to the floor.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
I'm
Banjo.
actually her.
I'm sorry.
Get used to it, Nest Girl. You'll be using it a lot.
Bottles and Kazooie have a little bit of a rivalry.
Yeah, if you can't tell. I mean,
So,
but Kazooie basically like fires up like at
lots
everybody.
of insults.
Yeah, at just about everybody, but I think on Banjo-Kazooie Wiki it said, to be fair, almost everybody that's seen her insults her in some way.
I know, I mean, like, what do people have against Kazooie? She's just sitting in a backpack being okay, and then
I guess a
everybody's
lot of
just like,
people think that's weird, but
it is kind of weird to live in a backpack. I hope I don't
Don't
offend
judge
any of our
her.
viewers, but it's kind of weird to live in a backpack.
what if that was all she had to live in until Banjo found her?
Well, you got her as a birth present, remember?
That's your canon, my canon.
we all have our own canons for this game. It's a very iconic
Kaboom.
canon. Yeah.
Apparently, like from Grunty's Revenge. And
That guy was living in there.
Yeah, he was
You can
waiting
even-
all that time for that.
The paw swipe is the weakest
Yeah.
move in the game. You can defeat them with one hit of that, by the way.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, you've collected enough notes to break the first note door spell.
Thanks for letting us know. Oh, look out for him! Get out of here! Here, look out for him!
Anyway,
He's a British killer.
look out for him.
There we go.
Huh?
Oh,
Okay.
life. You don't need lives in this game.
If I can finish my sentence.
I'm sorry. I'm getting gold.
Yeah, in Gruntilda's Revenge, it's revealed that Kazooie's from Breagle Beach, apparently. So
But that's their canon.
yeah. And there are other Breagles besides her.
We Juju. This is plural here. Help me out.
Mumbo's tadpole.
Feed us with nice
blue stones. Yeah,
Yeah.
what he said.
So
They all talk individually.
Oh, we don't have the egg-spitting move yet.
Yeah,
I
so
had forgotten that.
we gotta find nice blue stones somewhere.
Okay, so we're gonna work our way kind of down the mountain. And these are the places where notes hide. One of the most frustrating things in Banjo-Kazooie,
There was a Jiggy up there.
yeah, one of the most frustrating things in Banjo-Kazooie is that notes will be hiding in different places throughout the levels, and if you, sometimes they hide very well, and it's very hard to get 100. Yeah. Also, I remember that I mentioned back there in the, when we were near the Blue Bull that I had something that I wanted to mention, then you cut me off.
Oh.
We're doing that a lot in this episode. Anyway, what I wanted to mention was that in Super Mario 64, it was kind of this very linear style of a collectathon where you do one thing at a time. But in Banjo-Kazooie, you get to choose the way you do the levels,
Yeah, that's the way Rare always wanted to do it.
which I think was a step up. It's a different style, obviously, and I'm not knocking Super Mario 64, but I personally, oh my goodness, Bull, get out of here!
But Mario did change up his style recently.
Oh yeah, so we'll be. So, don't read into that. Either. Anyway, so.
I got 100 notes here a lot, though. It's pretty easy.
Oh, we're gonna save a Jinjo! And he gave us thing. What?
I always liked it when they all said Jinjo together, but it got cut off.
Sorry. I was talking.
No, not you. I thought that the Jiggy cut it off. Anyway.
Oh. Well, whatever. Anyway, I'm getting notes and I'm doing well, I think. I'm not speedrunning this at all, but I'm making decent time.
Yeah, that's good.
But there's a lot of Jiggies left that I still have to get.
Oh no. You're getting close over there.
Oh, look at
There's
that!
a
That gorilla the size of a house! I knew you were gonna say that. That's yet another reference. We'll have a reference counter
Who's gonna be
to my me.
Grr, this conga's out. Treat me hit bear with oranges.
Those are some pretty hard oranges.
Whenever somebody insults me from now,
Don't touch conga's.
Blah.
Grr, clever bear, find conga's skull.
but he doesn't stop throwing oranges, so don't like think you're safe. Anyway, there's gonna be a reference counter to all the references Yumi makes to my old book on the screen. So if you wanna get Conga mad a little bit more, take his orange.
Hey, that conga's orange. Put it back.
And this.
Okay.
Oranges are nice.
But you can't put it back even if you want to.
Why does that orange say that he's nice?
Because he's like, he believes in like
Sacrifice.
No, yeah, I guess so.
Apparently this.
Obviously.
Chippy liked Conga's orange. Chippy helped Fat Bear and Bird.
Wait a second. Yeah, you better get out of here.
Yeah. Chimpy wanted that orange all along, but you can just get it for him without even knowing he wants it, and yeah, he'll help you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I know the orders to these levels a bit too loud. Everybody in the rare world is mean to each other. I'm pretty sure that Banjo is not overweight.
I think it just reflects the kind of joking they do to each other, the developers and everything.
Yeah, didn't they say that was kind of the basis for some of the humor?
Yeah, they were saying that they joke with each other in, you know, their offices and stuff when making these games, and they insult each other frequently as part of their, you know, being friends and, you know,
She
that
just
kind
punched
of.
me in the shoulder.
That's what they do.
To like emphasize the word friends.
And there's a witch switch that makes Jiggy appear outside the world, as you can see.
Which is kind of the 11th Jiggy to each level, or one in
One in the main hub.
The main world,
Yeah.
which counts for the final score, because there are only 9
That's a
worlds.
clever way to do it, actually.
It is, and I very much like that.
Here we go. Last move in this world,
Is it?
I think. Time for the buzzard to learn the ancient ways of the egg.
I'm listening, Beetle Breath.
Hold Z, then press the C button to shoot an egg out of your mouth.
Hey, sounds cool. Anything else?
Sure. Press the bottom C button instead, and you can shoot them from behind.
Sheesh, sounds painful. I wish I'd never asked.
Birdbrain can carry 100 eggs in her backpack. Oh, and you can also use the control stick to aim while you are crouching. Exciting, huh?
Ooh.
Now that you've learned to use the eggs, here's 50 to practice with.
Oh, thanks, man.
Your energy is a little low. I'll fill it up for you.
Thank you.
Whoa, Banjo, there's nothing more I can teach you on this world.
On this
On,
world.
yeah.
Why? Why,
Everybody's
bottles?
on the world.
Okay, so we're gonna fight Conga, and I'm gonna tell a short
Because,
tale.
you know, it's about time. I mean, he threw oranges at us, and we took his gold and his orange. It's time to get him off that tree.
All right,
Be safe here. Bear can't. Your egg hurt, conga.
I love how he screamed there, and I like to do backflips to. Oh,
Your conga good shot, but I better shot.
okay.
How did he block that?
Oh,
Oh, it's big
his
muscular
bicep.
arms. Yeah.
He's like, ugh. Okay.
In the world. I think maybe
Something-
you have to get closer because
Yeah,
they
he's
have
not
a limit, like to how
There we go.
you can't stand for a safe distance.
Bear beat conga. May give prize to bear.
Oh, so apparently he's a champion wrestler, and if you beat him, you get a prize.
But I don't think he
Yeah.
stays sad for too long. Don't worry, he starts wanting to kill you again pretty quick.
He sees you now as a worthy opponent, but you still better not hang around his property.
Okay, so we got 2 more Jiggies to get, and I'm going to get to work getting them right now. But also, I want to give myself a little bit of time to chill out while I start this tale. We've been talking about embarrassing things, obviously, because of the book I wrote, which kind of was linking to some of the things that I did when I was younger. And there's nothing that can bring out the embarrassing things in a boy more than girls that listen. I'm ashamed of every single one of these things. I don't know if other people can look back on their first crushes and feel like, yeah, I'm totally fine with that, because I'm not. I just like, they apparently made my brain shut off somehow.
That's what happens to most young boys.
So I'm going to tell a quick little tale, and then I'm going to back up a bit. First, in the last episode, we mentioned something about a chocolate bar with Banjolina, we call
Yeah,
her.
Banjolina.
Banjolina was my second girlfriend
Because it was
that I
actually
never told about. Anyway.
the name that we chose for her is actually the name of Banjo's girlfriend in a cut chapter of the fan fiction he did.
We're talking about beta stuff of unreleased stuff.
Yeah. Except at our house.
Yeah.
We still read it every so often
Yeah.
to get a laugh.
And that's never gonna appear online. So don't even ask. Anyway, so we mentioned a chocolate bar. There was one night where I was at this Wednesday night church program. Okay, all of our embarrassing tales happen at church, by the way, so if you don't like it, just Nintendo Tales is over for you because all of them happen at church.
I'm sorry.
We're sorry. We have a long bank of memories to go over here. Anyway, I was about 5th grade at this point, 10 years old. And we were at this Wednesday night program, and it was about getting done. Earlier in the night, we had all gotten candy bars for some, you know those like little, you know those little, you know those like Mr. Good bars that aren't
I
even
like
good.
Mr. Good, but
No, they're Mr. Bad bars because they have
Oh, yeah,
have
you
peanut
can't-
butter
you
on,
can't
so I
have
can't.
those.
I'm allergic to peanut butter. Anyway,
and peanuts.
But that was not these were Hershey's, but they were the bite-sized kind. They call them fun-sized. They're actually like less fun-sized because there's less
I don't
stuff
know
there.
why that's fun to just get one bite instead of a whole candy bar, but
don't know
okay,
either,
whatever.
anyway.
We'll just go with it.
So
Guess they'd never sell any other way.
they had these things and they gave us each some, I think 2 each. And we had just finished snack time, which meant it was about time for the 5th graders to go because snack was last on our rotation. And
Flash
so-
decided he was gonna try to earn brownie points.
across the table from me was Bangelina.
Yep.
okay? I could not see anybody else there. I don't even remember what the lessons were about. I would, oh my goodness.
You don't remember the lessons because
No,
you're so
I
focused
was-
on her.
I'm sorry. See, this is still embarrassing for me to go over. Anyway, as soon as I got the chocolate bars in my hand, I'm like, oh, you know what I could do? I could give these to her because girls like chocolate.
We
So
do.
I've heard. So I was just like, okay, I've got a plan. But when the bell rang and it was 8:00 p.m., we would all shoot out that door. 5th graders would just go, and we'd go home like right away. So,
Even before the van took you back home.
well, I didn't ride the van, and neither did she. So she was going to be bolting fast. So I knew as soon as that bell rang, I had to go. And the bell rang, and we all started going. But I knew I had to catch up to her. Okay, I can't let her get away. She was going fast.
And there goes your chance, like running on.
I
ahead
know,
of you.
and the hallway seemed like a really long hallway. It's a very short hallway, but it seemed like a really long one.
Yeah.
And we were running, and I was running, and she was running, and I had like about possibly like 10 feet before the doorway was there, and there wouldn't be room for 2 people. So if I was gonna give it to her, I had to bolt.
Now, just a second. You did plan on giving this to her beforehand, right? But then time ran out.
No, I couldn't during the lesson stuff.
Okay.
So I knew I had like 3
All right.
seconds afterwards. So I started running up, and I like was passing kids like dead flies.
This was it.
I got up to her. I got up beside her, and I had about like 2 feet to make this exchange before everything would crumble. And I was just like, here, and I was like, so my voice probably cracked. Here, like held out the chocolate bar, and she like instinctively held out her hand like, I'm getting some. And so I dropped the chocolate bar into her hand. She caught it, and it was like this amazing exchange, and I was like, yeah. And then at that moment, I tripped over my own 2 feet, and I like stumble, and it was like boom. And I didn't fall down all the way. I recovered, like, I brought myself back up, but then I've had like 2 feet to get in the door before me and Bangelina would crash into each other. So I just like picked up speed, squeezed in front of her, and then booked it the rest of the way out of the building.
And didn't she shout?
And she was like, oh, thank you. And I was just like, go, go, go. I never want to see her again. I gave her chocolate, go. And that was, that's literally it. I don't think I talked to her much after that point.
Didn't you feel like you were walking on air though?
No, I felt like I was walking on my own shoelaces. 'Cause that's what I did.
I thought you felt so happy after that.
I'm not sure what I felt, actually. it was a strange, I don't know, it was a strange sensation of just like having relieved myself of a chocolate bar. Anyway,
You crouch down and press up C, I guess.
I know how to do this. I'm just trying to plan my next move here.
Okay. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I wonder what she ever thought about that.
I don't know. I don't think she ever knew that I liked it because I was, well, maybe.
If a guy gives up his chocolate to you.
Well, I don't know. Like, I was probably, at the same time, I was probably like pretty stinking obvious about what I felt for people.
A lot of kids that age think like nobody knows, but it's obvious.
I know. And that's the frustrating thing.
And you try so hard to hide it, like.
I know, never guess.
Yeah.
Never.
Everyone's just like,
They all know. So anyway, here's Mumbo. Oh, there are notes in here. I was wondering how we were going to complete our note score.
he's got to talk though.
Me, Mumbo, best shaman in all game. Can help Banjo and Filthy Feathered One.
Watch it, hot boy.
Mumbo's magic tokens, hid by witch. Find tokens and Mumbo help you. Banjo not good enough for tokens from Mumbo's magic. Look at sign, bring more.
If I remember correctly, there is one somewhere around here.
I think there was some around those stone pillars out there, weren't there?
No, there was one inside the termite hut.
Oh,
So
that's right.
That's where I need to go right now. I'm kind of forgetting the order of these things.
That guy was aggressive. Apparently you just roll by his foot and he bursts into pieces.
I know, he's just like, ouch, my toe!
You didn't even let him talk.
Oh, I didn't realize that he would stop talking when he was dead.
Oh, man. Anyway, I think he would say something about, this is, like,
This is Ticker's hut.
I think he calls you geeky. He says, hey, geeky, no bears allowed in Ticker's Tower or something.
Okay.
I don't know why he calls you geeky.
I don't think
Banjo look like
Banjo's
he's
too...
from the Geek Squad.
I don't think so. He's kind of like that.
He doesn't even have
Different type.
glasses.
I think what we're gonna do, you know, I told you I was gonna tell another tale. I think we're gonna carry that over into the next episode and make the entire beginning of the Banjo-Kazooie series all about my struggles with girls.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Ah, Banjo has plenty tokens. Stand on skull and press B to see Mighty Mumbo magic.
So, you stand on the skull and you press B, and you get transformed into, a termite. You can use this termite power up to do many things. Mumbo's magic free to change back. You can come when ready.
It's a good thing it's free.
Termite bit small, but not bad for first spell.
Then he
For
says,
first spell?
oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that. And then he said, Mumbo's practice needed or something.
So he's the most powerful shaman in the whole game, but that was his first spell. I never caught that.
It's probably like self-proclaimed.
Well, he is the only shaman in the whole game.
I think he and Gruntilda had some kind of connection. I think he either was in the same class as her or taught her or something like that. But then she changed his head into a skull to get back at him because I guess she didn't care about him and she's better than him now or something. And ever since then, they've kind of been against each other, although apparently Mumbo still has a secret crush on her.
Hey, where did you get those shorts? I want them.
So that's
Why?
that kind of shows that they'll still attack you.
Yeah.
Because they want your stuff.
Because they're like, we didn't make it that easy. By the way, Ticker's Tower was extremely difficult for all the kids, and I feel like we all have bad memories of it.
Give me that cool backpack or else.
Sheesh.
These guys obviously
We went into, like,
don't.
that's it?
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you're a termite.
I do not remember it being that easy. Anyway, look out for him.
He's an extra life.
Yeah, we got that.
One of the things I like doing after you get this as a termite is jumping all the way down and not taking damage.
Yeah. So that's 10 Jiggies. That is all the Jiggies in this level. We remember the ball.
And we don't do the victory dance, but the fanfare still plays.
There we go.
You can also go into water without taking any air, because apparently termites...
Oh, we still took
Ow.
damage because we landed on our uncle. We just jumped down. It's like Uncle Jim. Boom!
Where are the other 4 in this level?
You only get 2 per level.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise you'd be getting an extra health piece every
Yeah,
level.
that'd be too much. Okay.
And I did remember not to destroy all of Juju, because if you do that, you lose that piece.
Yeah, I admired that.
I know I'm an admirable guy.
So,
Oh, there are
there's
the 3 notes. So I think that's everything in this level, isn't it?
I guess so.
Yay!
You
found all 100 notes on this world.
Why, Bottles?
Well done.
Did you have to do that?
Maybe since he's a mole, he distinguishes between
In and on.
because he's under the ground a lot.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah. That could be why.
So I think we finished Mumbo Mountain, and I'm gonna mispronounce all the world names, by the way.
Grunty's magic stops you taking the notes off the world, but the 100 you just collected counts as your best note score. Try to get 100 on each world, as they are needed to open the note doors.
Off of the world. Now we're really talking. So you have to come out of this level as the termite to get this top jigsaw piece. I don't know why we still ever so often go into walkthrough modes, as if anybody would watch these to see how to play the game. They're watching it for our crazy tales, if anything. If you watch these to learn how to play the game, I have some other places that I could direct you. People play it a lot better than us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mumbo's magic get weak. Animal turn back or magic go.
So,
Magic all gone. Must go back to Baron Bird now.
Oh, we must.
we must. So,
Like, we didn't want to go back to our old selves, but we have to.
yeah, I just wanted to stay a termite forever. So that's it for that world. In the next episode, we'll be heading up that side, opening a note door, heading into the next world, which is one of my favorites. And there's lots of book references, and lots of tales about embarrassing things I've done. Even more embarrassing. This next tale makes me turn red. Oh no, Gruntilda.
When you open a world door, baddies escape and roam once more.
Okay, that wasn't all that bad. We're gonna see you guys in the next episode when we take on that new world and some more embarrassing tales. See you guys then.
See ya.